Hey y'all, it's been a super busy week here at Atelier Design. I'm back over at Jenny's condo right now because I've been kicked out of my house. We're having the open house today, so it's been a lot of long hours of cleaning and getting it ready. So I came over to Jenny's to measure for a bed because we're gonna have a custom bed made here in the master bedroom. And we are gonna start off today by doing a little antiquing and going to see some great stuff. Carla Katz, who's been an antique dealer here in New Orleans for a long, long time, is unfortunately closing her store. So we're gonna go see what's left and hope to find some things both for Jenny's condo and the Smileys, as well as Leah's house. So hopefully we'll have some luck there. And then in this past week, I've also been working on Leah's kitchen. I want to break it up a little bit and do some open shelving. So we're going to show you that design as well. And then at the end of last week's episode, I was showing you through the Smiling house, and we were looking at the kitchen. I had a meeting with the clients and they liked the general floor plan of the kitchen, but we're going to change up some of the finishes, give it a little more of an antique look. So I'm going to show you through the new kitchen design. Part of this business is always revamping and reworking things. You come up with ideas and the clients give feedback, and then it's always a collaborative back and forth process, which I do really enjoy. And then we're going to end with showing you their bathroom and their bar area, which will be fun. So anyway, stay tuned and keep on watching for all this fun stuff. All right, so we are treasure hunting today for a bunch of different projects. We have Jenny's condo, we have the Smileys, we have Leah's house. So we're back in her warehouse looking at all the last treasures. So we're trying to think of what we could use different things for. This is an amazing iron bed. These great old doors that are curved. We're trying to think if we could do anything with them. A lot of things are already sold, but there were such goodies left. We had to just come back. This is Carla's precious little puppy, Josephine. I said, oh, get in the chair. I think this is her chair. Cool frames. These very cool frames. Oh, this cool basket, which is like a harvesting basket, which is really cool to put a lot of stuff in, which I may grab for fabric samples and whatnot. Dog toys. You take care of all the antiques? Is that your job? Lucy and Dewey are supposed to be good interns, but they don't always do their job. So this table right here, I'm gonna ask her for a price on, but everything, oh, and this little mirror, which is so precious. All right, so it's been a great, fun day, and we're gonna get a lot of great things for clients. We are gonna get this lantern for Jenny's condo. We've got these 6 chairs, as well as this great old iron bed. And we're also gonna do something with these great sconces, which came from Paris. And this mirror is gonna go to the Smiley residence. And this amazing chandelier I'm hoping to use in their kitchen. This settee we're gonna get for one of our clients as well. And this table. And lastly, we're gonna have a pair of these demi-lunes that are gonna go to Leah's house, and they're really beautiful. So a great, exciting, antique buying day. Now I'm gonna play with Leah's kitchen a little bit because we've got a meeting a bit later today. I just met with Tripp the contractor, and we're trying to figure out how to do the shelves. So originally I had them so they went the total depth of the kitchen cabinet, and they died into the cabinet and went to the edge of the hood. But when I was talking with Tripp, he said it would be best if we kind of kept them off the cabinet a little bit and not die them into the cabinet for construction purposes. And now that I redid the rendering, I actually like that they're more floating in between the hood and the upper cabinets. I've got this little diagram of how the hood is going to be made, and I've got a precedent image of what that's going to look like, and of course the rendering, so everyone's happy and knows what in the end they're gonna get. So finally a solution to the shelves. So last week we looked at the kitchen, and Sarah and I presented it to the clients, and they weren't super crazy about it. So as is usual, rewind, start again, keep the elements she likes and try to change the elements she didn't. So you can see we've got kind of the same floor plan. We've got the island, there's the mantel, we've still got the cooking area, storage area here, and then we've got the scullery in this area. And instead of looking at that super modern island, we're now looking at doing an island that looks more like this, like an old fabric table or something that you might find as an old bar, something that has a little more knit and grit and antiqueness to it. And we also found this really cool image where you can store vegetables and fruits and other things in these sort of bins, and instead of all open and shelving, we looked at adding some drawers at the bottom in the scullery as well. We've still got the black range. Instead of using that burgundy eggplant sort of color, we're changing it to this more blue-gray color, going a little more neutral, keeping in the brass screen, this beautiful French gray, still the marbles. We're actually not going to do this bleached floor anymore. We're going to keep more of the original floor look in there. And we did have a super fun shopping trip to Carla Katz's Antiques to look at things for our clients, and the Smileys bought this beautiful French 18th century trumeau mirror as well as this chandelier. And we're also starting to look at furniture pieces like the Knoll Sarian table, which is always a good solid piece that never goes out of style. The main comment for the client is she wanted to keep more in the character of the house. For the rendering, here you can see we've got that fun kitchen island going. I want to put those antique sconces back here. We've got the more modern pendants, and you can see we've gotten rid of that eggplant color, although we've kept in the copper hood, we've kept in the marble shelf, but now instead of it being free floating, which is a real modern detail, we're using aged brass bracket, and so that helps giving it a little more of a traditional look. It looks new, it looks fresh. It's certainly not a completely antique kitchen. And you can see that we're no longer bleaching the wood, although we are going to add a little bit of whitewash to the ceiling. So I think the kitchen's looking really great. And then as far as the scullery, it has remained basically the same, but we removed the top shelves here. We added some fun lighting like this sconce. We added these fun bins, and since everything here is now more of a washed wood look, we decided to go with more of this French island table, which is made out of marble and metal itself. And of course our refrigerator and freezer is still down here, which you can see in these elevations. So in the bar, we've created this nice configuration of a lot of storage with cabinetry, where we've got these two sort of L sections that are framing the doors here, the doors here, the doors here. So it's conceived as this sort of paneled room where there's paneling at one level and then keeping the level of the doors to create the cabinetry, and then up above using some wallpaper. We're trying to develop a color story for the entire project, and we thought this would be an area to use a high gloss paint, do something more fun, do something more vibrant. Hopefully the client will like it. And you know, you go back and you look at sort of the kitchen renderings, right? And you've got this palette, and then you go into this bar area, which is across the house on the other side in this smaller closet area, and we're looking at this sort of palette. But again, you can see those more muted natural deep tones here. You can see sort of that cabinetry color from the kitchen here, and we were thinking about using some blues and some deeper burgundies in the living room, which is right outside of here. So again, it's figuring out what that color story looks like. So this seemed like a fun, exciting bar, kind of a little hidden gem.
What's up, dude?
So I've also been working on the master bathroom. We changed the floor plan a little bit because the owners decided they didn't want to go through the expense of having to move windows around, so we're now leaving the windows
in their existing position. Looking at an old bathroom rendering that we originally had, we were putting in this big center window that was across the axis from the shower, and we were creating these two master vanities with a makeup table in between. As you can see, the space is long and linear, but it was working pretty well, but I completely understand why the owners want to leave the windows where they are. So now in the plan, you come through, we've got this little toilet room here, you've got one master closet here, another master closet here, and then you've got a single double vanity here, and the makeup area moves over to this end. We decided that we were going to use this really pretty soft green, which is called green smoke. And again, this unlacquered brass, real natural materials. Here's travertine flooring that we also want to bring up in the shower on this herringbone pattern. Again, pulling in the black and white marble, using some antique pieces like this French Louis Philippe mirror. And then this is a really pretty wallpaper from Schumacher that gives this nice feathery bloom. So we're going to bring the mirror down, which is going to open up the space a bit. And then we've got these two units on the side, and this will be areas to keep towels and toiletries and whatnot, as well as these drawers below to keep makeup in. So it gives a lot of great storage, and we're using the idea of the curve of these old Louis Philippe mirrors, and we're curving the top of the units here, and it also picks up the curve of the wallpaper, and then we're keeping the line of the windows. So when you're designing, it's always important to try to keep the same general lines in the space. So here we had to mitigate between the 36-inch high sink vanity and the 30-inch high makeup table where you can sit. Here you stand, here you sit. And then looking at a few more of the renderings, given the light quality, I had to put in a lot of artificial light. You can see that beautiful master vanity with the double sinks, the Louis Philippe mirrors. We still have to figure out what kind of sconces and what kind of chandeliers or pendants we want to use. And here you can see that travertine coming up, going on the shower walls, and creating this nice curved surround for the shower, which is on axis with the middle of the double vanities. So in the end, I think it will be successful in giving a nice but interesting, calming bathroom experience for the owners. Okay, it's about 6:30 on Friday afternoon, and I'm finally finishing up for a bit. Hope to take a break tonight, and I'll get back to working on construction documents again in the morning, as I spend most of my Saturday and Sundays catching up on drawing. It's been a long, hard day, but it's also been a super fun day, particularly in being able to buy all those fun antiques today at Carla Katz. So if you're liking things, like and subscribe, comment below, and keep following this journey with us. Bye, y'all.